What's up guys, Sleepz here with another episode of my Journey to an Ultimate Team. We're going to start this episode off doing the FUTmas SBC. FUTmas is finally here. It felt like it took forever to get here, but here it is, and every day they're going to be releasing daily SBCs basically that give some pretty decent rewards. The requirements are fairly easy. The only thing that is a bit tasking on us is the chemistry requirements are quite high. So you're probably going to have to use some of like your better players that have like good links, so that's the only like kind of hard part about it, is getting 100 chem in that last one. But nonetheless, we do get a mega pack, which is very nice. And as you guys can tell by that very white glow on the edge of that pack, we did manage to get an inform, although it wasn't all that great. It's just a German striker, Bundesliga guy with 66 pace. Nobody's going to want this guy at all whatsoever, but I'm going to go ahead and store him in the club because, like I said, FUTmas is here. And I don't know, I might end up actually doing some of these the player SBCs alongside the pack SBC. So we'll see. So far there haven't really been any SBC players that have like caught my interest, but if one catches my interest, especially if they play in La Liga and seem quite decent, since that's the team that we're about to progress to, I might just go ahead and do that. So moving on to today's matches, guys, we are going to be playing FUT Champions. You guys are going to start off with me. You guys see I have not played a single match yet. We are 0 and 40 matches remaining. So moving on to this first match, it is going to be with our Calcio A team. And our opponent has a very strong Bundesliga / La Liga / Premier League hybrid, a very solid team. He's got very strong players in every single position, basically. We do go up early on, just 4 minutes in with Dybala, and he's going to create a good chance here with Robin. Cross it in, and have a look at this. Who is marking Thiago? What is going on? How does Thiago get his head on a cross? We have no idea. I think he's like literally like 5'7" or something like that. We cannot be letting opportunities like that slip by. Perisic is in behind. That is a huge save from De Gea, and I've said it before in this series, if there is one keeper that I think is the best in this game, it is De Gea. I mean, have a look at those two. Those are like potentially game-winning saves, those past two highlights that you guys just watched. I mean, he is just clutch. But in these situations, I've said it before, just don't give up, stick to what you're doing, and hopefully eventually one will go your way. That one unfortunately does come off of the post, but the last thing you want to do is get frustrated because you think, oh, all of a sudden the game is against you, this, that, and the other. No, just keep positive, keep chipping away. And eventually we are going to make a breakthrough, and it is going to finally come here early on, or early-ish on in the second half. You see we're going to pass that off to Dybala, and honestly, one of the, probably the unlikeliest of chances went in. I mean, I barely had any time to shoot there. I just turned, did the low-driven finesse shot, and it just about crept in at that near post. And then Alexandro finds a bit of space there. He does make it 3-1, and then he's on the ball here with Willian. He's going to get that off to Herrera, who passes it to Gnabry, who, by the way, he did sub on, and from a very tight angle, he does manage to squeeze that one past my keeper, and then he makes a mistake distributing out of the back. We get this ball to Pjanic, and what do I tell you guys all the time? If you make a mistake distributing out of the back, if you give it away in a position like that, cheap interception, it is oftentimes going to lead to a goal. So we're up 4-2 in this one. He plays a killer through ball. He's going to pass this off to Gnabry, and Gnabry makes it 4-3 in the 89th minute. But at that point, there was no way he'd get back in it. I knew it, and we are actually managed to pick up another one, as we're going to cut this into Perisic, and he is going to get a deflected effort falling to Nainggolan, and Nainggolan finally puts the end of the scoring in this one. So we lose, or we win that one, I should say, 5-3. Don't know why I said lose. And it was a pretty comfortable victory. It's just De Gea kept him in it for so long, and he just kept hitting me on the counter, that it was like the scoreline showed it being a little bit closer than it probably should have. So moving on to this next match, guys, and it is going to be with our La Liga team. I'm very happy to be playing Weekend League this time around because I actually have two teams that I can like, that are, you know, the La Liga team obviously isn't as good as this team, but they're two strong teams. Like, I feel very confident with the La Liga team. I feel like maybe 10% more confident with the Serie A team. So it's nice to not have to use fitness cards or anything and have two solid teams that I know I can sort of depend on. So right here, you guys see Griezmann there with a nice low-driven shot, making it 1-0. And then right here, we're going to do a little 1-2. He's following the run from Bakambu at first, and then that opened up the space for Ben Yedder. Ben Yedder on the 5-star weak foot is very nice, and he's going to finish that. Honestly, players with 5-star weak foot are just so incredible. If I could have one or two in every single team, I'd feel much better all the time. I'm very happy to have Perisic in my Serie A team and Ben Yedder in this one. It just opens up so many options. And you see we're up 3-0. That goal from Bakambu was a bit dodgy. I'm not really sure how he brought that down and controlled it, and it even went in off the keeper. And then we should be going up 4-0 there, but that guy does manage to clear that one off the line before it goes in. And then on the other end, I think it was literally right after he had blocked that shot, We do give away a penalty. We don't manage to save it, and he gets one to kind of give himself a little bit of hope in this one. Right now, we're on the ball with Ben Yedder. We do a roulette, but there is Handanovic with a solid save to keep this one at 3-1. And then Bakambu's going to pass that off to Griezmann. Another very solid save there from Handanovic. And then right here, we are on the ball. This is a 1-2. It's going to put Griezmann clean through. There's just no way he's going to stop this one. And this goal was like very, very, very close to going wide. I mean, that was just like an inch or two inside that post. I actually thought it was going to miss in like real time when I was playing. I was like, oh no, I done goofed that opportunity, but I did not. We're up 4-1 in this one, and this guy does eventually rage quit. So everything's going well so far. And when we were like leading up to these Foot Champions matches, I was mentioning that Griezmann was a bit quiet in maybe his first 2 or 3 matches, and since then he's been a little bit better. I think he picked up 2 goals in that last one, maybe even an assist, I'm not sure, but I know he scored at least 2 goals, so things are looking a little bit better for Griezmann now. On to this next match. This guy has Dybala, a very similar team to mine. If you look at like Nainggolan, Marquisio, which we just recently got rid of, so a very solid team. I'm not too sure about that striker. I'm not sure if he's all that great. I know he was just basically like a troll Ronaldo when Team of the Group stage was in packs. And then this is going to be our first goal. A bit of luck right there. You know, the keeper parries it out to Nainggolan. Nainggolan just so happens to shoot into an empty net. Not much my opponent could do in that situation. Pjanic nearly makes it 2-0 after his like rebound fell to himself. And right here, this is going to be a great opportunity for Dybala. This is a massive save from Handanovic. That ball was hit like going straight into the corner and hit with a lot of pace. Handanovic with some good reflexes and a solid wrist to make sure that one does not fly in. And then this is a good opportunity for Mertens. Sometimes you see those near post long shots go in, but Handanovic does manage to keep that one out. So after we fought off a couple opportunities from him, we are finally going to get a 2-goal cushion as we play in Mertens, and he's going to finesse that one calmly into the corner. And then have a look at this killer through ball. This was off of the counter from a corner, and there's just nothing I could do about this. He is in behind with so many numbers. There's just nothing I can do to stop this counter. He was just too fast. Nothing we could do there, so we do give up 1. So he's back in this one. We're at 2-1, and then we're going to kill this game off, basically. Lichtstein is right here, and he's going to barely just about hit that one in off the post, making it 3-1. You saw this guy was like sort of thinking about rage quitting, I think, because he did actually queue up a pause, and then he is actually going to get another goal there. We're a bit unlucky. If you look at that, like, failed tackle from Chiellini, he got it right back there with Dybala, but he does get his rebound off the post. And then this is probably the save of the game. This save really changed the game because that is Florenzi shooting at a very decent angle. It's on his stronger foot and everything. He should probably be scoring there. Handanovic basically made sure that we did not lose that game in the dying minutes of it. We almost actually make it 4-2 there at the end, but Buffon with an incredible save on the other end. So we win that one 3-2. Interesting game. I felt like I controlled the majority of it, but at the end, I guess it got a little bit sketchy. So moving on to this next match, guys, and this guy has an interesting team. You don't really see Luis Muriel used all that much in Weekend League, but he didn't. He actually did like make substitutions, but he kept Luis Muriel on, so that wasn't a change that he made apart from like some other substitutions there. We nearly go up there with Bakambu, and this game was really interesting because what happened in this game, and you guys will see by there's not many highlights, I'll tell you that right now. I think this next one is literally the last one. A little 1-2 plays Bakambu in, and I actually am going to choke this finish. But this game was just really, really interesting. This guy was playing on either ultra defensive. I don't believe he was on Park of the Bus. I'm just going to say he was on ultra defensive, and he literally did nothing. You see, he has no shots, and I think I had like 4 or 5 shots, and that game was just very, very stale. Even when I was up 1-0, he was literally defensive, and he just wanted me to just like make a silly pass and give the ball away. I'm not going to do that in those opportunities. I'm going to make sure I don't make a silly mistake and give him what he wants. So that was just a bit of a weird game. You don't see many 1-0ers in Foot Champs especially, but that was one of them. And now onto this last match, guys. This guy does have Ronaldo, Messi up top, so you never want to come against that. He's got Boateng in the back. Very, very solid team. We go up through Perisic, and then unlucky not to make it 2-0. That would have been a very nice finesse shot from Pjanic. And in this next clip, you guys are going to see a pretty incredible save from the goalkeeper. If you guys take into account that deflection, I have no idea how Buffon actually managed this to keep that one out. But finally, we do double our lead. There's Nainggolan, and I do try this play quite often, like passing it from the top of the box and trying to have a go with Nainggolan, but it's never worked. Finally, right there, it did work. And then right here, Dybala is going to finesse that one on his weaker side, low driven, in it goes, and that made it 3-0. And then right here is a long shot from Nainggolan, and he had this cue, like this pause queued up for a while. I could kind of sniff out a rage quit in this one. Only 40 minutes in as well. I love when people rage quit within the first half. It's amazing. It's basically like That was one less game you had to play, but you get one more win. And for some reason, this guy decided, I guess he was deliberating whether or not he was going to leave or not. But finally, when the counter hits about 12 seconds, he is out of there. So we win that one 3-0, and a pretty solid start to FUT Champions overall. I would say 5-0. I'm never going to complain about that. And we're going to end this episode off in Bronze 1. But before we go, we do have one more daily FUTmas SBC. I did not upload yesterday, guys. I do apologize for that. But that's why we have 2 of these daily FUTmas SBCs in this episode. And this was, like I said, another one with a fairly high chemistry requirement, 90. The only player that I was really allowed to just throw in there was my left back. But this one gave us a Prime Gold Players pack, which I do enjoy these. And even though this year I actually haven't had luck in these. Like last year, I packed once to watch Conte. I packed Agüero. I think I had a couple of decent 45k packs. This year, so far, no luck whatsoever. And right here, we don't get any luck either. You see, we don't even get a boards player in this 45k pack. And the player that shows up is none other than Cyprian. So not a very good pack for us, but I'm not going to complain too much because the pack prior to this one, we did manage to actually get an inform. So we're going to store all these guys. I'm sure I'll probably recycle these guys for future SBCs. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you're all enjoying the series. Please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.